Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you real quick for this album review, but I do gotta go to work pretty soon, so hopefully I can get this out to you guys as soon as I can, because this is for the next Tuesday album review, the final episode for Season 5, Episode 22, and hopefully you will enjoy this last pick I decided to pick for the last episode for Tuesday album review. So this is for Theory of a Deadman's Scars and Souvenirs, and yeah, I had it signed by the band themselves back in 2011, I believe, when I did pick up this album or buy the album at the venue where I went to in Charlotte, North Carolina at the time. But pretty much, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for Theory of a Deadman's Scars and Souvenirs 2008 album and let you know my thoughts on all 13 songs. So let's dive into this album review now. It starts with the opening track, So Happy, and this track's pretty good. I think Tyler Connolly, lyrically, it's alright for what it is, but I think this was better sound a better sound for them. I mean, lyrically, it's hit or miss, but still a strong track for how it sounds overall, so 5 out of 5. By the Way is a pretty interesting track. Um, I really like the music video. It's pretty haunting, where it shows Tyler Connolly as a ghost, and then the girlfriend actually leaves him, and or some things or whatever, so it's kind of a where the girlfriend was in the wrong. um, the X or whatever. So, give me 1 second, guys. Gotta pause the video. Sorry about that, guys. My mom needed my help with something. That's why she was calling me on my cell phone. So, basically, By the Way is a pretty good song. I like the music video as well. It's pretty interesting. And just overall, the track as a whole sounds very uh, heartbreakish for Tyler Connolly with the breakup songs. Yeah, they're alright, I guess. Some of them execute well, some of them don't, but it just depends on the track. So, this is a 5 out of 5. Got It Made is a pretty good track. I really like the progression with the drum work, and guitar work sounds pretty good. Some of the lyrics are hit or miss, but overall, the song sounds pretty interesting, and it definitely rocks for sure, in my opinion. So, this is a 5 out of 5. Not Meant to Be is solid. Um, I don't hate this track. I just, the 1 step forward and 2 step back, no matter what I do, you're always mad. I don't know. The lyrics are kind of iffy. They're not great lyrics, but they're fine for what they go for. So, this is a 4.5 out of 5. Then comes Crutch. This one's not bad, but it's just a good track in its own way. It does have some weak moments with certain lyricisms in the track, mostly in the verses, with some moments in the verses kind of sound a little hit or miss. So with the lyrics, so this is a 4.5 out of 5. All or Nothing. It just, the melody is fine. Sounds pretty sad for what it's going for, but overall, Tyler Connolly's vocals are not terrible. It's just some of the songwriting in this one is fine. So it's tolerable, but alright. So 4.5 out of 5. Heaven, Little by Little is a very beautiful track. Really like this song with how it sounds. And lyrically, it's well done for how it sounds, for what the song's going for. So this is a 5 out of 5. Bad Girlfriend, I know a lot of people don't like this track, and I can understand why, but I don't hate it because the melody is pretty good. The lyrics, yeah, I can see why people don't like the lyrics. Some critics, but overall, I think the track is decent for what it went for. It's not the best track. Lyrically, it's not very well written, but it's alright for what it goes for, so 4 out of 5. Hate My Life is decent too. I mean, the start of it is pretty slow, and it just, the lyrics kind of are a little cringy with how it sounds, was so sick of the hobos, always begging for change, and other things. I still hate my job, my boss is a dick. I'm like, okay, that's Tyler Connolly complaining about shit. I'm like, yeah, we all go through shit in our lives. And hell, I can agree with some moments in the track, but with certain lyricisms. But the remainder of the track is pretty good. So I'd have to bump this up to a 4.5 out of 5. It's not a terrible song. It's just not very well written, but it's okay for a listen. So this is a 4.5 out of 5. This track. Little Smirk actually is pretty interesting of a track. The lyrics are, I wouldn't say they're well written, but they're fine for what they go for, and it follows along with a little story. That I left you out. I locked you out, left you naked in the front yard, burned all of your clothes. Now nothing can be really hard, or something like that. And jacked your car with the baby in the back seat. It's like, what the fuck? Like, this song is like a good revenge song against some chick that did him wrong. So basically that's what the song is technically about getting back at the woman who cheated. So basically 4.5 out of 5. It's an interesting track. It just has some moments where Tyler Connolly makes some interesting punchlines with the song. End of the Summer is my favorite song, along with Wait For Me, which I'll get to Wait For Me in a second. End of the Summer sounds really good. Lyrically, it's pretty well done. I mean, some of the moments in the track do sound a little hit or miss, but overall, it is a strong track. I like Tyler Connolly's vocal range in this track and how it elevates to another high with his vocals, like a very high baritone kind of stuff. Sounds pretty good. So this is a 5 out of 5 for this one. And then Wait For Me is a favorite. I like it. It's well written, in my opinion, but some moments can be alright, but still, it's a pretty strong track for how it goes, and it's pretty good for what it went for. So I like the "Yeah, You're Everything That I Ever Dreamed of Having, and it's everything that I needed you to know if that you'd wait for me" lyrics. So it's pretty interesting of a song, and I really like the melody and just how Tyler Connolly's singing the track. So 5 out of 5. Sacrifice is solid track to close the album, I guess. Not a bad song, just good in its own way. So 4.5 out of 5. So overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I found myself thinking that Scars and Souvenirs was a better album than, I believe, the first two. Yeah, the first two albums were decent and meh. This one was up the range of being pretty strong. It's one of the strongest albums I've listened to in their discography. It's a good album. It's not great, but it's good for what it went for. There are a few tracks that got 4.5 out of 5s, but overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think Scars and Souvenirs by Theory of a Deadman. Good listen. Definitely recommend checking it out for yourself. I don't hate every song on it. I'd like quite a bit of tracks on this album, but I can understand why some people have their critiques about this album being hit or miss of an album. Like, it has good moments and bad moments. Bad Girlfriend was the weakest song, to be honest. It's not terrible, it's just decent. But yeah, I don't know. It's just the melody is pretty strong with the guitar work and drum work, but everything else about the track with the lyrics, pretty simple lyrics that just sound a little generic and fillerish to get through the song. So basically, for a score for me, I'm giving Theory of a Deadman Scars and Souvenirs album an 8 out of 10. Good album. Definitely recommend you check this album out for yourself to see what you think of it. So 8 out of 10 for this final Tuesday album review video. I'll have the recap video coming out in 2 weeks. So definitely be on the lookout for that recap video on December 26th. And I hope you enjoyed this Season 5 Episode 22 video for Theory of a Deadman, Scars and Souvenirs album review, and thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your day.